Could Wemby have blocked the planes from hitting the towers on 9/11? Probably. So because nothing's been going on in the NBA, I was watching some FIBA highlights, and Wemby has just been crazy, and it seems like he just gets better every single offseason. So I was like, what exactly could he be capable of? And if he was around during 9/11, would he have been able to prevent it? So let's go over like his strengths. So Wemby has an 8-foot wingspan and is like 7'5". He was the first ever anonymous DPOI, just averaging insane block percentages. He had 9 blocks in a game against the Clippers one time. The question is, could he have stopped the planes though? And so my first argument is that when he played OKC in the Western Conference Finals, he obviously beat them, right? What is one of OKC's primary weapons? It's actually their double big lineup, Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. So he was able to neutralize those two. So he's very familiar with the double big lineup, twin towers, if you will. And because he's so familiar with them and he already knows the ways to defeat them, that might actually play into his favor when he's trying to prevent the terrorists from blowing up, the buildings. And then my second point is I was thinking, okay, because he knows so much about it, he could also use his alien abilities. Like he's known as the alien, right? He could get a UFO to just snipe those planes in midair. Or maybe somehow like take all the innocent people out, move them to somewhere else, and then take the planes, throw them into Yucatan or something. And so this is just like an advantage that he has, is his extraterrestrial knowledge, abilities, communications. Maybe there are a bunch of Wembys out there that could just help him do this. My third reason is that if you think about it, the Spurs got second in everything. So they conquered every single other team. They bested every single other team besides one, and that one team was New York. So he was willing to destroy OKC, was willing to destroy the Trailblazers, was willing to destroy the Timberwolves, but he was not willing to destroy New York out of respect. Maybe he wouldn't have destroyed Miami just out of respect for Bam, but that's just a completely different story. If there were planes heading Bam's direction, I think the whole world would go out of their way to stop it. And so because he respects New York, if he was there for 2001, he would do anything in his power to make sure that nothing would happen to New York, a la 9/11. And then here is probably my strongest piece of evidence. Just as players won't even attempt a shot against him in fear of getting blocked, like he'll just sit in the paint, they'll come to attack him, and he'll deter them just by his aura and presence and stuff. Could this not be the same for the terrorists that went and did 9/11? And so what I think is more likely is that they would have to pivot because they would know, okay, there's absolutely no way we can go take on New York. We're going to go somewhere else. And so they'd probably think of some sort of other terrorist attack, which is where we get into Timothy McVeigh. Timothy McVeigh was like the first person who came to my mind when I thought, okay, other terrorist attacks that are just like crazy. And he is just known as the Unabomber. He just bombed a place in OKC. You know when he was executed? June 11th, 2001. So like 3 months before, like to the date, before the infamous attack of 9/11. 3 months, right? Illuminati. There are things working behind the scenes. Netanyahu. But let's not get into that. Let's just focus on McVeigh. So McVeigh famously bombed a building in OKC. So the terrorists, they might just out of respect for McVeigh, they might have pivoted and gone to OKC just because that's what was the most recent like big attack. And 3 months before he had just been executed. So they're going to go to OKC and they're going to obliterate OKC just like Wemby did. So if anything, they're joining Wemby's side. And because they're destroying OKC, which is the most annoying, hateable team in the league, they're actually helping the world. And so not only is Wemby actually preventing the insane attacks on 9/11, he's also doing the world a service by getting rid of OKC before they could even become the team they are today. So yeah, I think this is like just insane evidence, irrefutable, really. If you learned something today, comment, "Thanks, Professor MULE," and I'll be like, "You're welcome." Obviously, I don't mean any harm by making these. It's just a joke. Or is it? Or is it insane analysis? But yeah, that's everything. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out.